This video is going to walk you through what you're going to do now that you've taken the video of your catapult. How are we going to collect this data? So first thing we need to do is we need to transfer that video over to the computer. So your iPad should be plugged in at this point. And if we go to Files, you should be able to pull up the iPad. Now if we go to the iPad and you do not see your file, it is because you have not clicked Accept on the iPad that you can share those files. So go ahead and make sure you click Accept. Once you can see these videos, all you need to do, drag it to the desktop, and that will go ahead and save. Video should be saved to the desktop. And now we can go ahead and open up Logger Pro. This is the software we're going to use to collect all of our data. And the first thing we need to do is go ahead and insert our video. So you're going to go up to Insert, and you're going to insert a movie. And you should be able to go find it to wherever you saved it on the desktop. And go ahead and insert it in. You can even move it around and change the settings so it fits your screen however you'd like. Perfect. Now, as we're getting organized, you need to click the three little dots in the bottom right-hand corner of your picture. This is where you are going to get all the places that you can collect data points and get all of our information. So the first thing we need to do is we need to set a measurement for our video. Hence why we have our meter stick. So we are going to click the ruler, and that's going to set our measurement. You can just click and drag down. Try to get it straight and cover the meter stick. And that way our video knows what units and how big of a distance that is, and it can compare everything else. So that is 1 meter, and I'm just going to go ahead and press OK. And that'll just stay there. That's really the only reason we have that meter stick. It's so it can plot that data correctly. The next thing we need to do is we need to pick our origin, and that's this button here. Now before we can do that, we need to find the perfect place in the video where your origin happens. So I'm going to use this next frame button, and I'm just going to click to the right until right before the moment where the ping pong ball takes flight. And it may take a while, depending on your video, how long you stayed still before. So right here I can see, okay, I'm starting to pull down on that catapult, and then it starts taking flight. So I'm going to back up 1, and this is going to be my origin. That is the moment before the catapult is released. And that's when, once you're hit that spot, and notice that's, what is that, 2 seconds into the film? I'm going to click the origin button up here. And I'm going to set the origin right there. That'll create your X and Y axis that your equation regression is going to be based off of. Once we do that, now we can go up here to the red button, and that's going to add our points. And we're going to go frame by frame through our video. And wherever I can see that ping pong ball, and in my video my ping pong ball is orange, I'm going to go ahead and add a point, and then it'll go to the next frame. Now you want to be consistent in how you do this, so I'm always going to choose the front of the ping pong ball, that orange blur. You'll notice it's going to start to create a parabola shape. The more points, the more accurate your regression will be, and therefore the more accurate your final placement of your target will be. So I'm going to leave it at that. Those are my data points. Now you notice as you are plotting those, those are actually coming up over here on the left side as well. Now the last thing we need to do is need to make sure our X and Y axis are correct. Now in this case we're not actually using time as our X axis, so we need to change that. So I'm going to go here, and we're actually going to set that as X. And what that's changing it to be is horizontal distance, and that's what we really want. I'm also going to go over here to the y-axis, and we only want that to be y. That's our vertical distance. So if I look at this graph, what I'm graphing is what is my vertical distance in terms of my horizontal distance. And that's the regression we're trying to calculate. So once you change those two, the points right over here to the left are exactly what you want to use. We actually want to keep it. I'll go back over. We want to focus on these two right here, meters and meters. So if it's XM and YM, those are the data points that you want to go ahead and record onto your record sheet that we've provided. And then using those data points, you're going to go ahead and come up with a quadratic regression. So you're going to need to, and this is review from previously in the semester, you're going to need to type these X points into list 1 in your calculator. You're going to need to plot these blue points into list 2 and go to stat and see if you can't calculate that regression. If you get lost, on the next page of your packet, there is directions, and one of the teachers would be happy to help you as well. Once you have this regression, you should be able to do the rest and figure out the perfect placement of your catapult.